Right now at 5:30, a sorrowful anniversary today. Today marks 9 years since Flight 5191 crashed near the Bluegrass Airport in Lexington, killing 49 people.
Also on WKYT this morning, an appeals court has upheld the order for embattled Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis, ordering her to issue marriage licenses.
And after a horrific on-air shooting of 2 journalists in Roanoke, Virginia, many questions remain as to what motivated the shooter.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's your Thursday. A very pleasant start to August 27th. We're delighted you're with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Almost to September, and it really is starting to feel like it.
Yeah, we've got an early start on September, and hopefully this trend holds for a while. It's just beautiful. Let's check in right now with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we're seeing plenty of clear skies out and about for most. Some of us in the northern zones holding on to a few clouds. As you can see on the bow, look at the lights of Hamburg. Things look really, really good outside. No fog issues either. Maybe some of those valley areas, but that's about it. Let's check out your temperatures. 52, and you can see where we're not seeing the cloud cover. Down toward the central zones, southern zones. To the north, we're right there in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. That's where we have a few clouds up north, and that's why you're seeing that yellow shade at this moment. Today's forecast, 78. Still extremely pleasant, but we are getting warmer and warmer as the days move along. I'll show you your weekend forecast. There is a rain chance in it. That's coming up.
All right, thank you.
We go first now to a tragic national story we're tracking this morning out of Virginia. 2 journalists, reporter Allison Parker and videographer Adam Ward, were shot and killed live during a morning show. A disturbing scene that many of you have seen, and as we show video this morning, certainly, you know, if that is disturbing to you, turn away. The shooter, an ex-employee of the station, shot and killed himself just hours later, and it's left many wondering what led to such a horrible situation. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in our studio with more on this horrifying event. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. The shooter actually filmed himself shooting those journalists to death while they were doing a live report on local tourism. The shooting, it's just sickening, it's heart-wrenching. A young reporter and her photographer executed while they were just doing their jobs. In the video of the horrific shooting, you can hear about 8 gunshots and the reporter screaming. The camera then falls to the ground, catching the shooter's face. 41-year-old Bryce Williams, you see him right there, a former reporter for WDBJ, was the man behind the gun. He posted a video of the executions online, and then hours later he shot and killed himself. His victims, 24-year-old Allison Parker and her photographer, 27-year-old Adam Ward. The 2 worked together on the early morning shift at the Roanoke, Virginia TV station for about a year. They were close friends, and they were both in relationships with other people in their newsroom. Parker was dating an anchor, and Ward was engaged to a producer. Williams had been fired from their TV station about 2 years ago. He claims Parker made a racial comment about him, but WBDJ's general manager said Williams was the problem.
Toward the end, there were issues with temper and an ability to work with others.
The general manager that you just heard from, he graduated here in Lexington from UK, and he was just inducted into the Kentucky Journalism Hall of Fame. His news team is more than 300 miles away from Lexington, but this morning, those of us here at WKYT could not feel any closer to them as we grieve these senseless deaths with them. Bill, Rebecca.
Well said. Thank you very much, Mark, for the report this morning. An appeals court has upheld an order for Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis to issue marriage licenses.
Davis's office stopped issuing the licenses after the legalization of same-sex marriage. With multiple legal actions taken, many have questions as to where this case moves next. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain's at our live desk this morning with what we know so far. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. Yeah, yesterday the 6th Circuit Appeals Court upheld a ruling from U.S. District Judge David Bunning requiring Davis to issue the licenses. The 3-judge panel also denied Davis's request for a delay on that ruling. Now, it's been a heated debate not only in Kentucky but across the country. Should Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis be protected from issuing the marriage licenses because of her religious beliefs? Davis has made it clear that she does not want to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. So she stopped issuing marriage licenses to couples altogether. But Kim Davis's time could be up. Yesterday's ruling leaves it unclear as to when she will have to start issuing marriage licenses or be held in contempt of court. According to our news partner at the Herald Leader, the Liberty Council, the group representing Davis's chairman, Matt Staver, said Davis is caught in a difficult situation between her religious beliefs and the Supreme Court decision. He said that she will appeal at the next level to U.S. Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan. Now, he added that he, along with Joe Dunham, the lawyer representing the couple suing Davis, would like to have more direction from Bunning in this situation. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Well, new this morning, we have learned a Lexington airman has died after fighting in Afghanistan. The Department of Defense announced early this morning that Captain Matthew Rowland of Lexington died after an attack. This happened yesterday near Camp Atanak in Afghanistan. Rowland was assigned to the 23rd Special Tactics Squadron in Hurlburt Field, Florida. The DoD says he and another airman were killed when the vehicle they were in was attacked.
We honor their service, certainly. Well, new this morning, we are tracking a strange case out of Lexington. Police say a mother abandoned her baby at the Salvation Army. Police say they got a call from people there about 11 last night. They told police the woman gave her baby to someone earlier that afternoon, saying she would be back in a few minutes. They say she never returned. Officers tell us the one-year-old was taken to the hospital as a precautionary measure, but is doing okay. No word on if the mother will face any charges. Today marks a somber anniversary in Kentucky history. 9 years ago this morning, on August 27, 2006, Comair Flight 5191 crashed near Bluegrass Airport after taking off from the wrong runway. 49 people died in the crash. Only the co-pilot, Jim Pohinke, survived. Many of those killed were from here in central Kentucky. There's a memorial for the victims that was later installed at the UK Arboretum. There's another one as well to the victims in Madison County near Lake Reba.
New this morning, there were some scary moments for folks in Lexington after a small fire happened inside their apartment building. Around midnight, firefighters were called to the Liberty Heights apartments off Liberty Road. They say a couple left food on the stove and it started a fire. Firefighters had to evacuate the building for a time to put out the flames. The fire captain tells us it's important to pay attention to your smoke detectors.
Tonight we had an issue with an apartment that we had people living on the other side of the fire apartment that did not evacuate when you had a smoke detector going off. So we want to emphasize that if a smoke detector is going off, that there's something going on and you need to get out.
Crews tell us there wasn't too much damage and that the flames only spread to the cabinets above the kitchen stove.
Now 5:37 on WKYT, and back in Kentucky, funeral arrangements have been made now for a former Lexington fire captain who was killed in a crash. Investigators say Max Hellmuller was riding his motorcycle in Barron County on Tuesday when the crash happened. They think he was trying to pass a piece of construction machinery when the machine turned in front of him. Visitation for Hellmuller will be from 4 until 8 on Monday night, and his funeral will follow the day after that at 2 o'clock at Kerr Brothers Funeral Home on East Main Street in Lexington.
Well, a decade-old dress code at Woodford County High School has many people asking for a change. A few weeks ago, Stacy Dunn posted a photo of her daughter on Facebook. She says the teen was sent home for violating the dress code because her collarbone was showing. So a committee heard some suggestions last night on how to possibly change the dress code. The group spent much of the meeting discussing a new proposal from a student as well as a proposal for school uniforms.
We've been very vocal. If people want to make a proposal for dress code, submit it to us and we'll look at it. We don't want it to be coming from administration or faculty down. This is a group of people who are in the building every day with each other.
Last night was just the first meeting as the committee works to put together a plan to submit the school's site-based decision-making council. The committee's next meeting is September 1st. The deadline for folks to submit their own dress code proposals is Friday.
State Auditor Adam Edlin says a special examination into the city of Somerset found some problems. He says his office found the city did not seek bids that were required on $280,000 worth of work and did not follow proper policies on some payments to vendors. Edlin also says Mayor Eddie Girdler negotiates special natural gas rates with large industrial users, but the city has no formal contracts for that.
Well, clearly the findings of our investigation reveal a city that really needs to be running better for its taxpayers and for the citizens who live there. So we'll be monitoring to make sure that they're implementing some of the reforms that we have recommended.
The city responded by saying that it agrees with some of the findings but claims that others were inaccurate.
A market that builds itself as organic for the 99% will soon have a Lexington location. Lucky's Market, based out of Colorado, is a natural food store focused on community. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, it'll be taking the spot of the former Winn-Dixie supermarket on South Broadway. The company hopes to open the store by the end of the year. It'll be the second in Kentucky. The other is in Louisville.
Our time this morning, 5:40, 20 before 6, and time to check live drive traffic. And let's see what's going on bright and early on your Thursday.
And taking a look at the Waze app, not a whole lot of action out there. Just make sure to watch out for pedestrians and bikers near the University of Kentucky campus in Lexington. Classes now in session there. They started yesterday, so just keep that in mind.
And it is lively, no doubt about that. And, you know, just obviously not only near campus, but throughout town now. More folks back from the summer break, right? A lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning. Great to have you along as we roll toward the weekend.
A toy maker has an innovative new idea for your child's toys. We'll show you more after the break.
And we're looking across the way. Temperatures look pretty good. Another cool start to the day again. And then we get into the afternoon, and it's still very nice, but it is warming. It usually means some rain. I'll show you when you can expect that coming up.